Hi everyone, Susan Stiffelman here. How are you doing? Just checking in, saying hi, and wanted to talk about boys because when we do a class, which we're doing one on boys later this week, whenever I do a class on a topic, I become immersed in thinking about that topic, whether it's homeschooling or anxious children or chores, and this week it's on boys, raising boys, learning the language of boys is the class that Maggie Dent and I are teaching, and it happens to be coming at a time when there's so much going on here in the United States politically, so much drama and so many challenges and frustrations and hopes and dreams and fears and chaos. And whenever I see something going on with any adult in any context that draws attention, that becomes newsworthy, it gets me thinking about who those individuals were as children. Because I often say we're not just raising children in our day-to-day lives, we are raising adults. And when I see adults who seem to have a hard time adjusting or acting with civility or respect toward others, tolerance, I roll the camera back. So I would just invite you today to think about the little guys in your life, the teenage boys, the tweens, the young boys, the 7-year-olds, the 5-year-olds, the 2-year-olds. And as you look at the son or the child you teach or your grandson or your nephew, your neighbor's child, think about how the day-to-day experiences that our children have with us, with one another, with their friends, inform and influence who they turn into as adults. So I know for me, whenever and I often have said this in my writings, when I hear about a shooter, for instance, in a school, or I hear about a terrorist attack, I'm always thinking that person who created that kind of terror and harm was a child once upon a time. And that's why the work that we do as parents, as tempting as it is to think that the focus is, how do I get them to do their math homework? How do I get them to sit in front of the computer and not roll under the table? How do I get them to bring their dirty dish to the sink at the end of a meal, or listen to me when I tell them it's time to turn off their device? Yes, those are that's the meat and potatoes of our day-to-day parenting lives, but so much more is going on as we're raising our children. So take a moment right now with me, maybe put your hand on your heart, present yourself, notice that you're breathing, notice that maybe your mind is very, very active, thinking about what you need to be doing, what you should be doing, what you forgot to do, right? It happens to all of us. And maybe just take 2 or 3 breaths and being here with me and reflecting on the children in your life, boy or girl. Reflecting on who they are, who their character is, who they're becoming, who you hope that they can become. The version of themselves that you know they can be, the patient, kind, funny, tolerant, creative, tender, wacky child that you've been entrusted with to care for and to guide. And as we'll wrap this up. This is just a quick little visit here, but as you think about your kids and who they could be in the world as they emerge into their adult life, the young man, woman, non-binary, just who they want to be in their skin as they engage with the world. Realize you get to influence that in the smiles that you exchange, in the tolerance you demonstrate, in the honesty with which you communicate. When you're at the end of your rope, you can say, I have nothing more, you guys. I need 5 minutes to kind of recharge. I need a year or 2, but maybe I'm going to take 5 minutes. I'm going to be sitting over here. I'm going to be putting my feet up, closing my eyes. Or let's just sit together and put our devices away and just say hi and check in with each other. Or I have a joke or a riddle. Let's solve this riddle together. So all of this, of course, is these things add up. These small little moments that seem so tiny they hardly count. These are the moments that add up. When you speak with adults, and I know this is true for me, some of my sweetest moments or memories are not the big dramatic anythings. They're these little, hardly worthy of, writing in your journal, but it's the accumulation of those moments, the smile, the tenderness, the laughter. Now, if you have a son and you want to join us, Maggie Dent and I are teaching a really popular class. It's going to be Thursday, California time at 5 p.m., but you can catch the replay. You can tune in anytime that it's convenient to you. And we really want to help you reach your sons, especially as they move into a phase of life where they're not as communicative, where they're a little more withholding, or maybe overtly defiant, angry, forgetful. How do you communicate without nagging? How do you support them when they seem unmotivated? How do you engage them when they don't want to open up? So we're going to be exploring that. It's a class I'm really looking forward to teaching, and Maggie, who has 4 sons of her own, adult sons, fathers now of her grandbabies, and I have a 30-year-old son. We're going to not only be speaking as, clinicians, but also as having lived the journey of raising a son. And boy, oh boy, it's a journey. It's so beautiful. I mean, I just try not to gush too much about how grateful I am for the relationship I have now with my grown son, and how much it means to me, and how amazed I am by the grown-up person, he is now as he moves through the world. And all of you, blink a few times and your little ones will be way up there, They'll be teaching you so much, as they already are. So I hope this has been helpful. I just take a moment to acknowledge what's going well. Share that smile with your kids today. And if you want some more support around raising boys, learning the language of boys, check out my website at susanstiffelman.com. It's always a joy to be with you in this virtual way, and I wish you the best. Stay well, stay safe, and stay in touch.